Good morning to all of you. Today we will discuss monolithic integrated circuit technology. The origin of the word monolithic is from the Greek word which means, look, mono means single and lithos means stone or crystal. So monolithic integrated circuit are made in a single piece of single crystal silicon. The most significant advantage of integrated circuit is reducing the cost of the production of electronic circuit. Due to batch production, it can be easily visualized. Now question is, what is batch production? Look, suppose a 10 centimeter diameter of wafer, this is a wafer, okay? It is divided into 8,000 chip. This small portion is nothing but segment or chip, okay? Similarly, suppose in 10 such wafers are produced in one batch, then we can make or produce 10 into 8,000, that is 80,000 chip in a single batch, okay? So that's a huge number. We can manufacture such 80,000 chips in a single batch. So in batch production, what happen? Now we will minimize the cost of our production, okay? The question is, what is wafer, or how we reach from raw material to integrated circuit or chip? Look, the raw material which is plentifully available in the earth, that is nothing but sand. From sand we will extract the silicon material. Now if we purify the silicon material, we will get ingot. Look at this, this is the structure of ingot, okay? Now if we will cut or slice this ingot like this, look, this is nothing but called wafer. This is the top view of the wafer. Again, the wafer is divided into number of segment. Look at this, these are the segments, okay? This small portion is nothing but called the segment, okay, or that is called dies. I will design it separately here, okay? Now CMOS is fabricated in the small portion of the segment, okay? Always remember, CMOS is fabricated on the top end. You cannot provide the fabrication on the side wall or at the bottom wall, okay? And important thing is, in case of monolithical integrated circuit, first we will fabricate, then we will cut the segment or dies, okay? That means here we will provide or we will fabricate the CMOS first on the top wall, then we will cut that segment, okay? After that we will get our integrated circuit. So this is the design procedure or step by step procedure to get the integrated circuit from the raw material, okay? What are the technique here you will use, that I will discuss in my next class. Now look, the cross sectional view of the integrated circuit. This is three-dimensional structure of MOSFET, that is metal oxide semiconductor field effect transistor. This layer is your metal, okay, up to this thickness, this is metal. Up to this thickness, this is oxide. Here we are using silicon oxide, and this is the semiconductor. Now the metal is used, that is called polysilicon. Previously we use aluminum metal, but now we use polysilicon material, okay? That means aluminum is replaced by this polysilicon. This is pure silicon, okay? Up to this thickness, this is called your metal, and up to this thickness, okay, this is the oxide layer. So this is metal oxide semiconductor. Now look at this, this is p plus region, n plus region, and this is also n plus region. This is heavily doped region. Why it is heavily doped? Now normally your barrier is of two types. One is Schottky barrier, and the one is ohmic barrier, or Schottky contact or ohmic contact. Look, when we discuss about PN junction diode, suppose this is P side and this is your N side. When we apply the external voltage, that is V, what happened? Now you know, here in N type semiconductor, concentration of electron is more as compared to P type semiconductor. So electrons are diffused from N type material to P type material. So current will flow from P side to N side. So in case of Schottky barrier, it allow flow of current in one direction. Okay, if we can draw the characteristic curve, suppose this is V and this is I, your characteristic curve is like this. Clear? That means here this Schottky barrier or the rectification property characteristic of this PN junction diode, it allow flow of current in positive side only and zero current in negative side. Okay, that means Schottky barrier, it allows current in single direction. But in case of ohmic contact, what happen if we draw the VI characteristic curve? Okay, it allow current in both positive side and negative side. So for this case here, to avoid the Schottky barrier, we are using what? Now ohmic contact, and that is done due to this heavily doped P plus and N plus region. Now to avoid this Schottky barrier, okay, this region is heavily doped and this is done either by diffusion process or ion implantation process. Okay, these two techniques are used to make the region heavily doped. One is diffusion and the one is ion implantation technique. Okay, now look, when we apply the external voltage to this MOSFET, what happen? Now electron concentration increases in this region. If electron concentration increases in this region, a channel is created. Okay, in this MOSFET. Okay, so previously channel is not available, but now when we apply the external voltage, here channel is created. Normally this is enhancement type MOSFET, because in depletion type MOSFET previously channel is available, but in case of enhancement type MOSFET channel is not available previously, but when we apply the external voltage, channel is created. We will study it later when we separately study about the MOSFET. Now look, an integrated circuit is generally consists of four distinct layers as follow. Okay, well, this is the integrated circuit. Okay, we design, we fabricate it. Okay, so how we fabricate all these steps, all these layers? So layer 1, it is a p-type semiconductor substrate upon which the integrated circuit is fabricated. Normally here what happen? We will take a p-type substrate. This is also called bulk or body. Okay, upon which we will fabricate our integrated circuit. Layer 2, it is a thin N-type material grown as a single crystal extension of the substrate using epitaxial deposition technique. We will study it later in our next lecture. What is epitaxial deposition technique? Okay, we will study it in our next class. All active and passive components are fabricated within this layer using selective diffusion of impurities. That is layer 2. Layer 3, it is a very thin SiO2 layer for which preventing diffusion of impurities whenever not required. Using which technique? Using photolithography technique. Okay, we will study all this technique, okay, step by step in our next lecture. Okay. Then layer 4, it is an aluminum layer used for obtaining interconnection between components. Okay, all these steps, all these layers, okay, the fabrication process and the techniques we will study in our next lecture.